because and see everybody gives different input in this thing. Your experiences are different from Leo Harwell.
Right. Yeah, mine is totally different than most.
But that's good. That's what makes Hammond Hammond. Because we're all different and we all bring certain things to the table. You know. So it's all good, man.
Okay. Let me.
Yeah. So I also wanted to switch reels real quick and ask you.
Hold on, let me.
Okay. This is still Commissioner Cheeks, Alvin Cheeks. Okay. Tell me when you're.
Oh, okay. I'm ready. I just want to close part by saying this: that if it wasn't for the Nation of Islam and Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, Brother Benny Mohammed, and Brother Ahmed X, I wouldn't be here because I exposed the Klan inside the Hammond Police Department. And you know, through your research, you'll see. I don't know why it's not there, but if you go through the Hammond Time documents, you know, you'll see that. So I always make it a point of thanking them brothers and Jesse Jackson for always having me, inspired me and loved me and protect me. And you know, so I always like to say
acknowledge,
that, right? Because a lot of people, they don't acknowledge the people that inherently gave them the tools that they need to be successful. So I try to always acknowledge them brothers and let them know that I love them. So if there's going to be an opportunity to go national in a major film, I want people to know that those brothers came to my aid. They didn't leave my side. They didn't judge me. They enhanced me. And I got a chance to spend a lot of time with them, and I got a chance to grow as a person. You know, so I know we're going on to the next phase, but I wanted to definitely thank the brothers from the Nation of Islam and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, Minister Aziz, and you know all of those brothers.
And it's important that you even said that because Minister Farrakhan has.
Hold on one second.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
I was just saying that it's important that you said that because the Minister Farrakhan has black people, not just black Muslims, but black people in general. Their best interest at heart.
Oh, without a doubt.
And what we can do to lift up just black people.
I was one of the few people, along with Harold Jones, that went to the first Million Man March. You know, the second Million Man March, I had to be like at a command post because I had surgery, so I wasn't 100%. So it was recommended that I kind of keep a low profile, but I still took a part in it. You know, and I share with people all the time that every day I hear from stars. I protect them. Sometimes you live with them. So I'm a Hammond guy, but my reach is very far. So I you know, and I don't want to forget about my Uncle Howard and Auntie Mary Lou because they put a lot into me, and Auntie Tatsi, you know, she bought me a book, and she lived on a fixed income in a project, but she bought me a book that opened my brain up to say, hey, you could be whatever you want to be. This brother here, I thank him for his wisdom every day. And
what brother? Who are you referring to?
King James. He's sitting over here.
King James.
Yeah, me and him, we play chess every morning, you know, before all the other brothers come. And, you know, you get that wisdom because my father is not here anymore, so I try to tap into brothers where I can grow. So that is my desire, you know, so I try to do it in that kind of way.
Well, I think one thing is important too, that I think the younger generation, when they eventually look at this, they can pull stuff from this. And one thing that I want them to pull from this is your vast experience of skills from all the different things that you said, and then you brought up carpentry. I was like, what? He's a carpenter too? So what happens, what's important about that is if you needed to switch reels and from talking to Mr. Wynn, a millionaire, and buying land to running an arcade to doing carpentry to doing all the doing security, if you need to switch reels, you can switch reels, which means you have skills that transfer. You gonna make money. regardless.
Right. All the time gonna eat.
You gonna eat.
Right, right.
You know, mortgage is still doing the first, whatever. So you gonna make your bills.
I was sitting with this gentleman. His name is Pops, and it was the day before my birthday. So he called, and they usually travel in a large entourage. He said, "Hey man, we're gonna be at a, during the concert, when they touch down in this part of the country, they call me." So he had a gentleman, Cuban links with him, and they blessed me, in so many ways, man. We sat there in a bar, eating fried chicken, sitting on top of the bar and having fun, laughing and talking. And those are the type of brothers that you want to surround yourself.
Right.
This brother. I keep pausing because I just want this for my son and for other people from the community to see. But to sit down with a guy like Pops and know that, hey, we work in security and, they major entertainers and, with Clear Channel and iHeart Music, and they say, hey, man, we going out to eat some chicken wings. Come with us. So I've been with everybody, man, in the business, man, and it makes me feel like I'm sitting with you now. So this is beautiful, man. This is a culmination, and then the stuff about the land with Lake George and how the principal thing took place with casino gambling. I always wanted that truth to come out of who are the true owners, and without that land and without putting that bridge through our property, it wouldn't be no casino gambling. They wouldn't be making $54 million a year if it wasn't for our property. But do they have that in the archives? No, they don't. They don't have. Period. Anything, they don't have it there.
Not yet.
Not yet. Not yet. But this is what we're doing here.
Right.
Is making sure the truth get out.
Right.
And when you go to meetings, they give you 3 minutes to pose an argument. And if you go through the city archive, you can see for 27 years, I sat on the front row at the council meeting, spoke on issues. Just kept pounding and pounding and pounding. So this is a blessing. And in the middle of our interview, an incident happened. This brother here on the cane, he went out in front. So that tells you the kind of people you're around. He didn't say, brother, we got an incident. He said, he adjusted and he went and stood there. He said, keep going with what you're doing. Everybody else in the store in the uproar, me and you, we continue talking. And this is a gentleman outside with a weapon. He said, keep going, so I kept going. And I said, brother, keep talking, because the brother said, keep going, we going.
Exactly.
And that's how it is.
Right.
He didn't say much of anything.
Right.
And he only came.
Right.
Little do they know, you got to keep a secret weapon around you.
Right.
So that's why I always refer back to the nation, because that's the secret weapon of the black man. I was talking with this professor, and I'm switching gears, and he say, why are black men so feared when they don't have a weapon? I say, because they don't know that they true warriors. Other people know our history, but they don't enlighten that history to us. That history is the truth and the enlightenment, that we are the true soldier. Why you think when they deal with us, they come hard, whether you have a weapon or not? They come like you do, because they know who you are.
Right.
But if we don't enlighten people to who we are, they'll play it like they own this country, and they didn't.
Right.
So that's why I'm enjoying, sitting down with you. And I come here to meet with that brother, and we kind of keep a low profile. So it was interesting that we was able to fix the scenario at the library, and now the truth there will come out.
Right.
Because I know our secrets are hidden in the archive.
You're absolutely right. There's actually a tape called a DVD called what's it called?
Hidden Figures. But I have all 3 of them, but I have never watched them.
It wasn't Hidden Figures. It was Hidden
Colors.
Hidden Colors. I think it's Hidden Colors. Yeah,
right.
And that's a very poignant thing. And black people are powerful, but we just don't. They've done something very successful with us. They divided and conquered, and there's a cliche that cliche metaphor that always comes up that says you want to hide stuff from black people, put it in a book. Because
you wouldn't look for the book, and the truth wasn't there.
Yes, but you have to know to even look for it.
Right.
And so they've done that, and so the power really comes from knowledge and to know how strong you really are. and this, that, and the other. But we're still here, and they've diminished, degraded, and belittled us every step of the way. But yet we're still here. So we should know that they should know that we are a strong entity, and once you get the younger generation and you fuel them with certain input and certain inspirational things to know that against all odds, even if you're in the ghetto, or I don't even consider him in the ghetto, because when I was coming up, it's like it's
something I just forgot. I'm glad you got. If you look across the street there, I work with a gentleman named Pops Comer, a gentleman named Benny Comer, and they built those houses. Most of those houses in the urban renewal area were built by black men, black carpenters. You know, black bricklayers, the Comer brothers. They're some of the most prolific bricklayers that are known throughout the country for laying bricks and stone. I know how to cut stone, but I learned it from them. And I can remember Connie Jones, I fell asleep in her footing from them working me so hard. Myrtle lived next door there. We worked on that one. Those are the kind of things that you don't find in the archive, that those houses, they were built. Only thing, the architect was of a different color. But those houses were built with our sweat. But when you looked in the archives, it didn't say that, hey, these are black contractors. Licensed.
Right.
It didn't say that in the archive. Across the street from there, you guys had a fish market. I remember that.
Right.
You know, so those are the things that are not in the archives that we get an opportunity to make a wrong right.
Right.
I noticed you over there. You know, and I'm like, wow, this brother in our neighborhood working, you know, that's beautiful. You know, and that to me humbled me. You know, so whatever the direction you want, and it's always a good signal that, you know, how the devil gets big.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know how you want to.
Well, lastly, what I just wanted to ask you too is, first of all, do you have an email address?
Hold on, let me cut this off. So I give you a private email.
Oh, okay. Well, then let me ask that last question. Then I'll.
Okay. Hold on. Let me get the last question. Yes, sir.
Okay. So the last question is, can you remember back in the day any people who stood out as a mover and shaker who is, you want something done, go to this person.
Oh yeah, I would say first name that pop up would be Bruce Green, Soldier.
Okay. And why Bruce Green?
Bruce Green, man, he was a different kind of guy. And you know, his movements a lot of people didn't like, but as a young guy, I used to always kind of watch them. So I just knew about him as a kid. Other would be Cecil Harper, great track guy, great bowler. Those are kind of the two that really
stood out
for me, Bruce Green and Cecil Harper. And I cannot forget, without closing this, without my sergeant arm, Ivory Harper, which he's not here anymore.
Ivory Harper?
Ivory Harper. He was my sergeant arm.
Can you spell his last name?
Harper.
Oh, Harper. Like Cecil Harper. Okay.
Cecil Harper's son.
Yeah. Okay.
And, you know, my dear friend Q, he was also a Harper. You know, Curly Harper.
Okay.
You know, Leroy. Leroy just came in.
Harwell?
Yeah, he's right. Okay. He's right behind me. You know, so that is the reason why, you know, this is beautiful, man. I'm humbled. I'm like they say, you have to always be ready. So I stand ready for the truth all the time.
Right.
You know, so it's nice to know that the truth will be coming out. And I take pleasure in sitting down and enjoying this conversation. You see, I'm like a little kid.
It's all good.
Good. I kind of switched it to
you know what? I really want to just thank you for. You didn't have to talk to me, number one.
Oh, anytime.
But
you had on that Golden State Warrior, and one of my nephews, he big time with Golden State. So you like had the.
I had the green light.
Oh, without a doubt.
But yeah, no, I really appreciate you talking to me, because you didn't have to, and once you are forgotten and I'm forgotten, this conversation will still be acknowledged that it did happen in this lifetime.
Man, we like Egyptians, man. We won't be forgotten, brother, because when you stand on the front line and you really to die for the ratification of the black man and woman, they cannot eradicate you, brother.
Right.
You know, you get me a little excited.
It just has to be documented, and so we just have to do the right thing, which is to document it. Right. So when we gone, you're right. We're not going to be forgotten, but when we're gone and we can't stand up and yell, someone will read. Not only read, but the audio file will be researchable. So this conversation, I'll cut certain things out, but the audio conversation will be acknowledged, and you can hear it. So if they type in, Alvin Cheeks, let me hear from him. What did he sound like at this age? Oh, this is him. So, but anyway, but once again, I just want to thank you for this.
No, thank you, dear brother.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you for your email.
So Alvin Cheeks.
Okay, you can. Okay, Alvin Cheeks, and is it
832 gmail.com
at gmail.com. So as we get closer, what I'm going to do is at one point I'm going to email you website stuff.
Yes, sir.
And just at one point we're going to acknowledge everybody's that was participated in this, and it'll be very